Is that because perhaps the industry doesn't understand just how interested females are in computer games?
Yeah, I think there's definitely still a preconception that women don't play games, and it's actually more than 50% of gamers right now are women. Partly the reason that people don't really agree with that is because they don't count mobile games and things like that as proper games.
Good point.
Society is absolutely obsessed with women's appearance, with youth and beauty and perfection, and then turns around and condemns us for being vain and obsessive and narcissistic, for taking pictures of ourselves, for making an effort. We really have no choice. You can't win either way.
I think Twitter's a very different proposition from what the rest of the social media sites are doing. It's much less about interacting with your friends and much more about meeting new people and finding out what's going on in the world, and I think there's absolutely a place for that. But then again, I think if they change it too much, it might lose a bit of its edge.
Have you ever been tempted to take on a false male identity?
I can't honestly say that that's ever something that's occurred to me. I mean, some days you do kind of just want to hide and get away from it. You do wish that you'd done something else for a living. But no, I think it's quite important that women are seen to be writing as who they are, and that we see more strong female voices in tech media, because that's the only way we're going to change anything in society.
It implies a change in behaviour, doesn't it, Holly? And they're all betting on this change in behaviour. Apple's going on and on about it's the most intimate product that they've ever created. Have they, for once, got consumer behaviour wrong?
Well, it's interesting because usually when we have a new category in tech, it's Apple. When Apple jumps on the bandwagon, that's when it goes mainstream and that's when everybody gets involved. And it's really interesting that in this case that hasn't happened, and they've made their beautiful watch, and you know, it's smartwatches still kind of haven't taken off. I don't think it's that it's never going to happen. I think it's just that this generation so far hasn't quite nailed it.
Holly, does it speak to you?
Absolutely not. No, I think this is a crazy idea. I absolutely can't imagine enjoying a book more because there's weird generic classical music going on in the background. If I want to listen to something, wouldn't I listen to an audiobook or, you know, choose my own music? I think it's just going to be distracting. I think there'll be stock sound effects that are annoying. I can't imagine signing up for this. So this is a robot that responds to you. So you can fuss him, he has lots of sensors, so you can fuss him on the head and he likes that. You can fuss him under his chin and he vibrates. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's making quite a lot of noise. And apparently he also learns his name and responds to the way you treat him, kind of develops his own personality over time. Now this is coming out in the UK, but not for quite a long time. We're not going to see this until probably the fourth quarter of this year. There again, it's made from aluminium. Huawei say they've done some extra work inside to make sure that the heat dissipation is good, which basically means that it's not going to get too hot in your hands, which is good to hear, but obviously we haven't had too much of a chance to test that here on the show floor.